And Jesus told him to chill, put the sword away. Because Peter was ready to give his life right then and there. And again, we go down to 15. And Simon Peter followed Jesus. And so did another disciple. And now the disciples was known to the high priest. So Peter gave up his cloak. He ain't hiding. He's saying he with Jesus at this point. And went into the courtyard of the high priest. But Peter stood at the door outside. Then the other disciples who was known to the high priest went out and spoke to her who kept the door and brought Peter in. Then the servant girl who kept the door said to Peter, "You are not also one of this man's disciples, are you?" And he said, "I am not." So right quick, Peter just chopped the man's ear off for Jesus, ready to give his life. And then in the next moment, he said, I'm not with Jesus. So in one moment, he was ready to give his life. And the next moment, he denied that he was with Jesus. And that's the love of God. The brilliance of it all is that he let him, you know what I mean? He already knew. He had already told Peter, from what I heard, because I haven't read, even if I read it, I don't know all this word for word. But I haven't read it word for word, but I know for sure that, I ain't going to say for sure, but I know that Peter is supposed to deny Jesus 3 times. They asked him. So at this point, he not going to be able to really fight for us. I mean, he can fight for us. Like, he going to have to start punching people in the face. Because, I mean, he could probably draw a sword and catch 1 or 2. You know what I mean? But maybe 3 or 4. But he probably had to start punching at this moment, because I don't know how close he going to be able to get to the high priest with a sword on him. So at this point, Peter trying to preserve his life. Jesus had told him to back off anyway. And that's so the scripture could be fulfilled. And Peter started having a second thought now. You know, he surely was ready to start battle in the defense of his Lord. You know, then Peter started his denial down a couple joints.